having a tool like PriceLabs where it pulls everything into sort of one place for a single revenue manager to manage really helps me to manage rates. IVEE focuses on RV parks, so in the camping industry. So we have several parks along the Gulf Coast in Florida, Alabama and Mississippi as well. But we're growing. We partner with several owners, so we're a third-party management company, and we're beginning to have parks all over the country. It was very challenging before. I had to rely a lot on our property managers because we had to adjust the rates in our property management system, and it was really challenging to do that. PriceLabs makes it easy to change your rates. From what I've noticed so far, our pacing and occupancy seems to really correlate with that of short-term rentals. So it's worked out pretty well in terms of understanding demand for our parks, and I've been able to adjust this. There's enough settings and customizations I can build into PriceLabs that get our rates to price where I think they should be, and then to drive them when there's opportunities to do that. And so it's been really helpful for me to not only be able to do that, but to see the pacing of the parks, which we didn't really have a good tool to do that before. So it's really helped me to kind of foresee what's coming sort of down the pipeline in terms of demand and occupancy, and really make adjustments to help us drive revenue. I wanted to move over to a system that can help us keep an eye on the rates and help us change the rates and do some automatic rate adjustments and dynamic pricing. So that's really helped us a lot to have a system like this now, and it's really saving us a lot of time. Just have a lot more visibility with a nice calendar view. I can see kind of when the demand periods are. I can see easily with the pie charts when occupancy is growing, and if the system's not, if the rates have peaked at my ceiling rate, I can override and let them go higher if I need to. So I think the visibility it's given me is really helpful. Also, just the long range visibility with the pacing is something I didn't have before. So with our old system, it didn't really have many features in terms of pacing. So we were doing a lot of legwork on our own to get some idea of our pacing, but that was only for 3 months out. So now I can see a lot longer range in terms of pacing, and I could anticipate pricing strategies well ahead of time. And so that's been something that's really helped me. I think for owners, they've just because we haven't had that long range view of pacing, that's really been a nice feature and report for them, is just to see that. And then there's been also been some times when the market dashboard has really helped to show that the trends that we're seeing are also matching the trends of short-term rentals. So so that helps to show that our pricing decisions are right, but what we're seeing in terms of maybe a downward trend in occupancy is related to the market. So that's been really helpful to be able to display. Yeah, I think, at least from my angle, it's been a huge game changer for me in terms of just being a revenue manager. I know how some other management companies revenue management, and they're not, without a revenue management system, it's really hard to keep, if you're keeping your rates open a year in advance, 15 months in advance, it's hard to keep an eye on everything. And a system like this can see everything at once, and can let you sleep well at night, knowing that if you get 10 bookings on some date 6 months in advance, there's going to be a system that recognizes that immediately and is going to increase your rates, therefore increasing your ADR. Whereas like a person trying to keep an eye on all of that might not see that right away. So just the ability and the vision a tool like this gives you is a big game changer. You know, if you want to use it in the RV park space, I would say it does pick up on the demand well enough to work. And in some cases, I've noticed almost exactly the trends are almost exactly the same as the RV park compared to short-term rentals. But you just have to make sure if you're going to implement it that, you know, you really spend a lot of time setting it up in the way that it's meant to be set up. And, you know, the team at PriceLabs will help you to do that. So even if you demo it, just make sure you spend enough time and it'll work well for you, I promise.